Look at almost anyone in their 20s right now and you will notice the exact same pattern. Everyone is trying so hard to look like they have everything figured out. We are constantly surrounded by loud displays, guys flexing cars they don't own, shouting into podcast mics about how alpha they are, or getting into petty internet arguments just to prove a point. For a long time, I thought that's what being a man was supposed to look like. High energy, aggressive, always in control. But as I've stepped back and actually paid attention to the people who command real, effortless respect, I realized something that completely changed how I view status. The loudest guy in the room is almost always the most insecure. And the guy who feels the constant need to prove he's important, he's usually terrified that people will see right through him. What actually separates a gentleman from everyone else isn't an expensive suit. And it's not how much money you make in your 20s. It comes down to one core psychological skill that almost no one in our generation has been taught. The ability to stay completely grounded when everything around you is trying to pull a reaction out of you. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Alex and my absolute mission is to bring back a generation closer to the gentleman standard. If you've been following me over on Instagram, Alex Gavin, or in Gen Circle, you know I've been breaking down personal growth, social dynamics, and modern chivalry for a long time. Now in this video, we are diving deep into the exact psychology of emotional containment, how to build quiet authority, and how to set boundaries that demand respect without ever raising your voice. Let's get into it. Most men operate on a simple feedback loop. Stimulus leads to reaction. Someone insults them, they get defensive. A situation goes sideways, they lose their temper. An attractive woman pays them attention, they instantly change their posture, lower their standards, and seek her approval. In psychology, this is called low emotional containment. When you react instantly to every external event, you are telling the world one thing: my internal state is governed by you, not me. High status is never about imposing your frame onto others through force. High status is having a frame to ground that other people naturally collapse theirs into yours. When a gentleman is provoked, criticized, or placed under immense stress, he doesn't bark back. He pauses, he holds his space, he evaluates. This isn't passivity, it's ultimate control. When you refuse to be drawn into someone else's drama, you instantly elevate your status above the conflict. There's a law in evolutionary biology known as the handicap principle. In short, the most powerful signals are the ones that are expensive to fake. Anyone can rent a sports car for a weekend and post a story on Instagram. Anyone can buy a loud designer shirt with a giant logo slapped across the chest. Anyone can act aggressive in a bar when they have three friends standing behind them. These are cheap signals, and because they are cheap, society intuitively reads them as desperate attempts to project power. A gentleman operates on quiet competence. He doesn't drop his accomplishments into conversations unprompted. He doesn't flex his network to impress strangers. He doesn't feel the need to win every petty argument at the dinner table. Why? Because the moment you try to prove something to someone, you implicitly give them the authority to judge you. When you start trying to convince people of your competence, they assume you have nothing to hide. True authority is silent. It enters a room through posture, presence, and eye contact long before a single word is spoken. Let's talk about modern chivalry, because this is where most guys get it completely wrong. For decades, society taught men that chivalry means nice guy behavior, opening doors, paying for meals, and placing women on pedestals in the hope of earning affection. When that didn't work, the internet swung to the opposite extreme: treat women with indifference, act cold, and the game system. Both approaches stem from the exact same flaw: transactional thinking. A gentleman doesn't pull out a chair, protect the people around him, or act with grace because he wants a reward. He does it because that is his standards for how he moves through the world. Chivalry isn't about submission, it's about stewardship. When you open a door for someone, hold yourself accountable, or protect someone who's weaker than you aren't doing it for them. You are doing it to maintain your internal code. That shift in intent changes everything. It takes an act that could look like eagerness and turn it into an act of supreme, grounded strength. If you leave this video with only one takeaway, let it be this: a gentleman is warm, polite, and deeply respectful, but he possesses an immovable edge. Being a gentleman is not about being passive or harmless. A man who cannot cause damage isn't peaceful, he's simply helpless. A gentleman is entirely capable of destruction, but possesses the absolute self-mastery required to keep it chained. When a lower value man sets a boundary, he usually does it with anger, raised voices, and long explanations. He would say something like, "How could you say that to me? You are disrespecting me. I won't stand this." When a gentleman sets a boundary, he usually does it with cold, calm clarity. Something like, "I don't engage in conversations structured like this. Let's talk when you are ready to be constructive." He doesn't yell, he doesn't plead, he simply states the standard, and if it isn't met, he quietly removes his presence. Your presence should be a privilege. The moment people realize that disrespect costs them access to you, permanently and without drama, you will never have to fight for respect again. At the end of the day, what separates a gentleman from everyone else isn't a secret formula. It's the conscious decision to step out of the loud, reactive chaos of the modern world and hold yourself to a higher standard. It's choosing self-control over short-term ego. It's choosing quiet mastery over loud posturing. It's choosing to be a stabilizing force in a world full of noise. Now I want to ask you a question, and I want an honest answer in the comments below. Where in your life right now are you giving away your power by reacting instead of remaining in control? Is it in your career, your relationships, or your own self-discipline? Let's discuss it down below. If this perspective resonated with you, subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description to join our school community and follow the journey over on Instagram. A few of you might actually know this, but I used to upload videos in Spanish a while back. I ended up stopping because honestly I felt like I wasn't in a position to be handing out advice yet. But over these last few years, I've put in the work, grown a lot, and refined my craft. Now I am back, stronger, ready, and excited to share this next chapter with you. Until the next time, stay grounded, keep your standards high, and move with purpose.